Get our sound set up, and we should be ready to go. Hopefully. There we go. All right. So the real test is going to see how well the multi-stream actually shows up with chat for both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. That will be the challenge. I could just bounce back and forth between the two, but you know, that's kind of a pain. But we'll give it a try. What happens if I refresh there? Same time. All right. Hey, looks like we got chat over here. I can just pop that out, minimize that, and then I'll have chat over here. Ho, ho, ho. Very cool. All right. I think this could work. Now we'll just have to see if anyone shows up. We'll see. This could be fun. I hope it'll be fun. It has possibilities, and that's all I can hope for. Hey, how's it going, Mike? Welcome back. Yeah, last time I saw you, we were playing Among Us, and now we're playing Raid Shadow Legends, at least for a little bit. How you doing? How's your week going? I hope your week is done like mine. Cheers. Yeah, we had a 3-day weekend last weekend and a 3-day weekend this weekend. Good. Glad it's over. Yeah. Depending on what kind of career you have, um, weekends can be a boon or they can be a major drag. My son's an expo for a restaurant. Basically, he's the go-between between the waiters and the cooks in the restaurant. And so, yeah, weekend hits and man, that's when he's busy. I don't miss those days at all. Working until 11 o'clock on a Saturday night? No, thank you. I kind of enjoy being an adult now. Well, in just a little bit, we're gonna pull some shards here. I don't know if you know anything about Raid Shadow Legends, but it's been kind of like that secondary game. You know, it's one of those I can keep running in the background, and I can do things with, you know, when there's a lull, when there's not a whole lot going on. I can say, oh yeah, let's see how my heroes are doing. Have they leveled up? Are they ready to take on the next challenge? But actually, this is the game that kind of convinced me that I wouldn't mind trying my hand as a streamer. Actually, I started off doing YouTube first. I had never done Twitch, hadn't even really known about Twitch or anything like that until after I started working my way up as a YouTuber. And mainly because I saw these guys doing videos on the game, and I thought, wow, I can do that. You know, they're knowledgeable, they're fun, they've got great personalities, but I think I can do that too. And so that kind of drug me kicking and screaming into the streaming world. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's been a great distraction for me because after the last year, man, it's been bizarre. And to have something to throw my energy into, something to think about that isn't, all the negativity between politics and health, for everyone. It's been nice. So yeah, I still have two accounts. I put one on the back burner. That was my free-to-play account, and that's one where I just didn't spend any money at all. Now on this one, you can see I've got my raid card, so that's I think $10 a month, and I did have some gems, so I did buy one of those monthly, get 50 or 60 gems a day for I think it was $10 for the month, so a little bit of money. I'm certainly not what you'd call a whale, like some of the guys that are pretty famous for their YouTube videos on this game. They throw like tens of thousands of dollars into this game. They're making 10 times that back, but yeah, they can oh yeah, I think I'll buy this right now just so I can show you how to do it. And it's like, okay, wow, it'd be nice to have that kind of money, but I got a little bit. Hey, Yolfi, how's it going? The super mod. Good to have you. So yeah, this is my my second attempt, really. I did this a long time ago. I did a multi-stream. But this time I'm going for YouTube and Twitch at the same time. See how it goes. Just to get a feel for it. Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. And these guys are good. I mean, honestly, they're so savvy. One of my favorites is a guy named Hell Hades. That's not his real name, obviously, but he's from the UK, and he's just so smart, and he's got this his own website, and there's an app on there that I can't even imagine how he and his partners were able to put it together, but it's an app that helps find the right gear for the right heroes, and it's been a godsend for me because yeah, I feel like I'm on the right track, and then I'll see how someone else does it. I'm like, what the hell? What am I doing wrong? But this application works really, really well. But yeah, maybe I'll show that in a little bit. But all props definitely goes to Hell Hades for that, for sure. So yeah, this is what I've got here, and I don't have a ton. I used to have like 2,500 mystery shards, and for one of the last events, it was a champion chase, and I really wanted one of the rewards that they were offering, and so I just burned through all of my mystery shards. So I have an okay amount of ancient shards, but I save all of these. I save them for these 2-time events, not the 10-time. You think 10 times would be better, but no, it's 10 times the chance of getting a specific hero if you happen to pull a sacred or an epic, and so the odds on that they haven't changed, and so yeah, what is it normally, a 3% chance to pull a legendary from a sacred shard? No, 6%. Sorry, it's the void that is double this time. So yeah, it would be a 0.5% chance of pulling a legendary void. So double isn't much better, 1%, but the epic is a big jump here from 8 to 16%. So yeah, the more we can drive this number down, the better. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do. I've only got 6 shards. I was hoping I had one more. But yeah, 6 shards will hopefully yield some results. Hey, Determined, how's it going? Oh, I really appreciate that, man. That's cool. Thank you. Yeah. Uh, every once in a while, you start to get down on yourself thinking, man, I'm just not as good as these other guys. But seeing something like that makes me feel good. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's oh, I'm really enjoying this. This whole process has been meditative for me, and I'm glad other people are enjoying it too. All right, well, I think I'm going to have a sip of whiskey here. Gentleman Jack, if you've never had it. Excellent, excellent, and not horribly expensive. So, mm. Oh yeah. All right, cheers, cheers. Hey, Arab Prince is here as well. How's it going, my friend? One of my former students who is now old enough to drink himself. By a long shot, too. It tells you how long I've been around. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and start pulling here. We have double chance here for Void Shards. And there is one epic I really, really want, and that's the Man-Eater. There's a certain setup that you can get using that specific champion, and I don't have him yet. But with that champion, you can dominate one element of the game. It's the demon lord, the clan boss. But yeah, without him, I'm just kind of a mediocre clan boss fighter. But I will definitely be very happy with just about any of the Void legendaries. But we'll see. All right, here's my first shard. All right, Faceless. Now, I understand that this guy is actually pretty valuable. Attacks one enemy has a 15% chance of placing an extra hit. All right, pretty straightforward, not a whole lot going on there. A2 places a 30% increased crit rate on this champion for 2 turns, then attacks an enemy. All right, single target, and a self buff. I like, I'm hoping that his A3 is going to be something for everyone. Attacks one enemy, will ignore shield and block damage buffs as well as defense. That's pretty big. That is a big hitter right there. He is based solely on attack, so they're a little bit more challenging to make ultra tough for the end game bosses and things like that. But he'll be fun to try out. Maybe I'll level him up and see what he can do. Pretty good speed as well. Yeah, next one's the one. You feel it? All right, Arab Prince has the touch. This is the man. Whatever the Arab Prince wishes, the Arab Prince gets. All right, Man-Eater or Legendary. Here we go. It's a rare. Draconis. I don't think I have him either. Attacks one enemy, heals the ally with the lowest hit points by 7.5% of the damage. Yeah, he's a hit point, an HP-based champion, which is good. These guys tend to hit really hard. They may not have the best defense, depending on how you build them, but HP champions last longer because of their HP, and they hit harder because their damage is based on that. So not quite as good as a defensive champion, in my opinion, but yeah, definitely good. Single enemy, places a shield buff on all allies. That's what I'm looking for, the all allies champions. Equal to 15% of this champion's max HE AP for 2 turns. Hey, right on. Thanks, Determined. I appreciate that. Yeah, so, and the fact that it's 15% of this champion's health rather than another the target champion's health, this is a big buff, and that's really important. Get it down to a 3-turn cooldown, shield for 2 turns. Thinking about the Doom Tower, It's not perfect against the Scarab boss, but between him and Metal Shaper, you're pretty much guaranteed to have a shield up all the time. All right, he's also got this is a passive? No, just an A3 that's unlocked after you get to 3 stars. Attacks one enemy, removes all debuffs from the ally with the lowest HP, then heals them for 25% of the damage inflicted. Okay, so this is a pretty good support guy. I'd like this to be 15% like a lot of the other support champions have, but he's a rare, not an epic or a legendary. All right. Whew, here we go. Gonna put some Arab Prince mojo on this one. Here we go. Another rare. And Malbranch. Yeah, she's okay. I've got one of her already. Interesting skill kit, but nothing overwhelming, which is too bad. I think what we're missing here is I should probably do a toast to each of these new champions before they come into the world. I think that's only fair. We're halfway through. So, yeah, we'll start this now. So here is to the next champion. May he be Maneater or any of the legendary Void champions. Here we go. So good. All right. Bring it. All right, another rare. Ox. Ox is kind of lame. I think I've got 3 or 4 of him. And, the Void champions, these guys, they should be like the apex predators, the top of the food chain for a lot of these different, races, but not so much with this guy. All right, one more try. We got 2 more tries, actually. I got to slow down, though. Boy. Whew. To our next champion. Cheers. The joy of having a mustache. Enjoying that whiskey for just a little bit longer. Oh, so good. All right, here we go. Another rare. And Ifrit. I think I've got one of him already as well. Damages one enemy. Weaken debuff. Weaken can be powerful depending on which mob you're fighting. Not so great in, say, the arena, because it's only single target and, yeah, kind of iffy. And he's got the weaker version of the decrease attack at only 25%. The good one's 50%. And decreases the damage received by 50% if damage from a single hit exceeds 30% hit points. All right, so, yeah, iffy. And increase ally hit points in all battles. Not bad to have all battles. That's a really good skill, but it's only 15%, which is unfortunate. All right. This is for the last of the Void Shards for the evening. So I need all the good mojo I can get on this one, guys. So take a sip with me. Cheers to all of you. Thank you for hanging out with me this evening. Oh, yeah. All right. Here we go. Last one. Another rare. And Interceptor. She's cool. She's got some interesting skills. Attacks one enemy, has a 25% chance of placing a decreased speed debuff. It is the weaker version, but to have that on the A1, not bad. A2 attacks one enemy, has a 45% chance of placing a sleep debuff for 1 turn. Now, sleep is one of those troublesome, debuffs because it doesn't work on bosses. So you're not really going to take her into a dungeon. You're not going to take her on and put her on your clan boss team. But in PvP, it can be pretty handy. Also places a 15% weaken debuff for 2 turns if the skill does not place a sleep debuff. So we got a decreased speed and a weaken. All right, not bad. And see here, A3, ward off, decrease the turn meter of all enemies by 15%. Now, that can be very handy if that's not on a 5-turn cooldown after booking her. So, yeah, not wonderful. I think she and Ox might be dating. They have, pretty weak kits for as long as I've been saving these shards. But, I got what I got. I do have, they want me to buy some stuff for my new heroes. I do have one brand new champion here, and that's good, in Faceless. And I'm going to do some research on this guy. I never trust these reviews, but they kind of give me an overview. If I say, okay, do I want to take this guy in the clan boss? 4.2 according to popular opinion. I'll kind of use that as kind of a launching point to determine for myself. Looking at this, people don't think he's very good with the spider. And looking at his kit, one enemy. Let's see, we've got one enemy. Attacks one enemy. So if you've got the spider on lockdown, this guy would focus on the spider. Okay, so I can see he might have some use. That's why he's not down in the 1s and 2s for the spider stem. Same thing with Arena. Yeah, so I don't know. Other scores seem to be pretty good, and I'll have to see for myself. He does have an aura. I don't think we talked about this. Increase ally attack in arena battles by 21. So, good. Someone to put up front. I can see him more as an early to mid-game arena champion, possibly. But, again, I'll have to find out. Excellent. Well, I'm not going to sign off yet because you're all here and we're just hanging out talking. But I do have a bunch of stuff I can do. I've been... I keep this kind of running in the background as I'm doing other things. I've got 2 screens in my little, battle station, and so I'll have this running on one screen while I'm, focus on, editing videos or doing whatever on the main screen, and it's kind of nice. I'll look over and go, oh yeah, I can do something, and then I'll get it started, and I'll come back over here, get some work done, and say, oh look, I won. Hey, that's nice. So it's kind of a cool thing to have as a secondary distraction if you happen to be just a little bit ADHD like myself. Not a lot, but I definitely have to have something to keep my mind going. And my wife is the same way. She'll have a TV show going and an iPad in her hand and her phone with all of her texts. But it's almost like juggling. If the TV were small enough, she would probably juggle it because she's just going nonstop. We joke about her always, I don't want to say typical woman because that's very sexist, but, a typical person who has 45 tabs open on their computer all the time. I get stressed if I have more than 4. Like, oh man, I need to close something. I'm going to start overwhelming my computer. I guess it's time for another sip. Getting a little parched, So on this account, yes, I too need multiple forms of entertainment running at the same time. I like to also have music going, but I find that if I'm bouncing between my work and the YouTube, I'll have to come over, pause the music, play the YouTube video, then when that's over, go back, start the music up, then go back to work. Too many things for me. I want to keep it simple. Excuse me. But yeah, I've actually got a pretty okay account. Not amazing, not fantastical, but I have been able to complete stage 20 on all of the dungeons. If we come back out here to the opening, you'll see here for missions. Bada bing, bada boom. Got my arbiter, which is the end reward. And the funny thing is, the day, and I'm not joking here, the day before I completed the last mission, I pulled an arbiter. So I have two arbiters. Where's the other one? Did I put her in storage? She must be in storage, unless I'm blind. Doo-doo-doo. She's only 50. Well, where'd she go? I must be blind. Oh, she'd be down here. That's why. There she is, my second arbiter. And I remember when I pulled the first one, I told my guild, I'm like, guys, I'm going to finish this tomorrow. I'm going to do all 100 million damage to the clan boss tomorrow to finish this out. And I just pulled pulled arbiter. And one of my clan mates with a good sense of humor says, oh, I guess you win, you win Raid Shadow Legends. He was joking, of course, because I still lost almost every fight. But I do well in dungeons. Let's see, let's come back over here to dungeons. I've taken all of these at level 20. I've had to scale back on Dragon 20. I've come back to Dragon 17. I had a good team going, and I didn't write down who I had in which position, and something changed. I altered some gear, took somebody out, put somebody else back in, and I've lost the mojo. So I'm trying to get back to stage 20, putting it back on farm so I can get the best gear. You can see this is the difference between 5 or 6 star gear or 4 to 6 star gear. And you pull a couple of 4-star gears and you're like, that should have been at least 5. So kind of a drag, but I'll get there. I'll get it back up there. I just need to look at my champions a little bit more closely. I am proud of Spider 20. And what pulled this one together for me was Miscreated Monster. And I got him, maybe 2 months ago. And I've got a YouTube video up of the pull for him. I was so excited because I knew I had a good core. I had some good DPS champions. I had, Kantra here as my tank to absorb all of the spiderling damage. But I didn't have him. He was the missing link. And so when I pulled him, I thought, well, there you go. Spider 20, here I come. And I powered him up to level 60, and boom, that night finished off Spider 20. So excited. So now I'll just go in at will and it's not a super fast team. You see those with like Royal Guard. I finally got my first Royal Guard, by the way. He's still level 40. But they'll come in and they will just blow through this fight in 10 seconds, 6 seconds. It's sick. It's absolutely sick how powerful some of these guys have their Royal Guard and the support around them. Yeah, not me. Yeah, this fight, I think it's around 2.5 minutes, maybe. But, it all hinges on this shield. I mean, look at that. And that's just from the Miscreated Monster. He does that skill right there, and boom, everyone's just got this immense shield that the spiders just can't break through. They'll get close to getting through on Kantra, but one of her abilities is every time one of these debuffs disappears, she heals for 1,250 damage. So, yeah, it's just, a spiderling will attack and lose 2 debuffs in the process, and the heal is worth more than the damage she's taking. It's pretty sick. But yeah, sorry about that. It's just a fun process to watch. I like, like to see that, it's kind of like a mom, looking at her kid in kindergarten making a special project. Yeah, that's, I don't know, it's stupid. That's how I feel. When you work on something for a long time, trying to get it tuned just right. And I'm not an expert. I watch some videos and I pay attention to what the smart guys say. I mean, look at all those poisons on her, and doesn't even break through her shield. Sorry, but I watch what these guys are talking about, and they say a few names of characters that are vital to the process, and Royal Guard, um, uh, yeah, Miscreated Monster for sure, and Cold Heart, definitely. Between Cold Heart and Lysandra, she was actually my first legendary, and I didn't realize how incredible she was. But between the two of them, I've also got them on my Fire Knight team. They just keep the turn meter at 50% or less for the whole fight. As soon as we break through the shield on Fire Knight, yeah, he's done. He's not even going to get an attack in because of these two. I've got them maxed out on their books, and yeah, they're just they're beasts. Yeah, look at all of these tomes here. Yeah, 13 of them waiting for a good champion. Now, I've got some good champions, but some of them I'm not sure are. I'm not sure I really want to book them all the way up. I've got some great skills even without the books. Krutaxa here. She's on my PvP team. Just kills, absolutely kills, and without any books. And looking at this, it's not improving her skills at all. It's just improving her damage. All right, and that's what she's based on, is damage, so it makes sense. But it's not a huge difference. Now here we have some debuff, but it's for weekend. Do I really want to invest in books for a skill that isn't really as valuable as some of the other skills? So not worth it there. And yeah, this one's automatic. So really, there's only, what is that, 8 books to max her out, but it's not going to make a big difference for her. Other champions, I went for it on them because the debuffs are important. Yeah, he's got weaken as well, but it's the decreased defense that is really nice. And to get that down to 3 turns was vital. And this skill right here, Bogged Down, with Lysandra and Cold Heart, decreases the turn meter, but this one by 100%. And you get it down to 6 turns. Yeah, most fights you're only going to use it once, unless it's like, Fire Knight. And, I don't use him on my last, the stage 20, but he got me to stage 20, so I can bring in the big hitters. He's, yeah, definitely been a valuable part of my team, and I'm happy to have invested the books. It's 3 there, 5 is 8, and 4 is 12 books. That was a lot of books. And if I were to buy those, the street value on those books is pretty sky high. But yeah, so that's my team in a nutshell. I'm happy with them. There's some areas that I'm really not very good at. We're talking about PvP. This whole tag team arena, I don't know. I feel like I'll go into a battle against a team. My score is horrible compared to some of these other guys. Now, this guy's got a man-eater. This is the one that I want. I wanted to get him today. But what that does is it just makes everyone on the team unkillable for, I believe, 2 or 3 turns. Well, there's nothing you can do about it unless you have an ability that strips away, buffs. Well, my Arbiter has that. So maybe I have to get 3 Arbiters to make sure that I cover every team that might have a man-eater or someone like him. Another set of champions that just kill me in PvP are the ones with counterattack. yeah, they kicked my butt, especially if I've got a team that are mostly made up of multi-hit, area of effect attacks. Like, these two are really good for the AoE attacks. But if I go up against a champion that's got counterattack, I don't really see one here. Oh yeah, right here. You know, he puts up a counterattack on everyone for 2 turns. Well, that's all they have are multi, hits. And so every time each of them hits, all 4 of them are going to get a counterattack. And this guy right here attacks the whole team, and he hits hard. So, yeah, the counterattack would just wreck me against him. I know, right? He's a man-eater. Yeah, if they'd made him like with the black hair and the black mustache, like John Oates of Hall and Oates. Yeah, Daryl Hall and John Oates. That's right. But yeah, my regular PvP team, just the classic arena, I've got a pretty good group. Let's see. I don't normally use those guys. I don't need the vault. And where's my team? I use her, and her. No. I have the all. Do I have that? See? You take the team apart one time and everything falls to hell. I have my all Void team. And yeah, these two have the AoE. She is a single target nightmare. She hits really hard. And a lot of times she gets a second hit, which is devastating. And Arbiter has, the best speed in the world for arena battles. It's just a killer combo. This team usually goes in and just kills them before their first turn. All the debuffs from that guy. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah. Yeah. My Bellower, he's actually my farmer. He's the one who runs all of my lower levels through the campaign, and he's very, very fast. There are faster, I know that. There are some farmers that can just burn through content incredibly fast. This guy is okay. I'll show you here. That's why I level these guys up, because they help feed the other characters. But the goal for him is to have 2 attacks before the opponent can have 1. And yeah, 11 seconds. My fastest is 7, and I got that when I had a really good run when Skullcrown was my first farmer, and she was amazing. But I since used her somewhere else, and it changed her speed. So I like him. He's good. I've got a couple that I could definitely use as a farmer here. Another good one would be this guy. I just have to tune him because he's a little slow right now, under-geared. Fellhound. But yeah, I've only got 122 speed on him right now. And his gear is, just kind of a hodgepodge of stuff thrown together. But yeah, when he goes, he can do all 3 waves, 1 shot at a time, when he's properly geared. I think he's typically what a lot of top end gamers are using him, because he's so fast. But it's going to cost some money. Well, I would love to. Let's pop him in there. He's too slow, so we're going to lose some of our our dudes because of it, but I'll show you what skills he's got. We'll just take him out. And yeah, go by level here. There he is. See, now his aura doesn't help us, whereas the other guy's aura, does his help us? No, they're both faction crypts. Never mind. So yeah, let's see. You're going to notice that our opponents are going to have some attacks now because he's not fast enough. Hey, Yolfi, thanks for coming by. I really appreciate you stopping by. I know you're busy. So he's effective. He's just slow. And if I can get his attack up and his speed up, he's just going to motor through these guys one hit at a time and just fly. But to properly gear a character, and this is the hard part, and I'll show you where I'm at with silver. It'll probably take a good 4 million silver to get him properly geared. And I'm about halfway there. And it takes, I probably make about 50,000 every time I do that run you just saw. There are other ways of making gear, but there are also other ways of spending your money, and it's hard to get to, consistently at 4 million to do these kinds of things. But yeah, one day that's the problem. I've kind of got that ADHD attitude for this game especially. I don't think I can pull them out. Oh yeah, I can. Because there's so much to do every day. And it's kind of like me with World of Warcraft. There is so much stuff to do every day that I can log in and focus on one thing. And that would be all that I do on that day. So like this guy right here, Metal Shaper, right? I geared him up today specifically for a specific boss on the Doom Tower. And his gear is not high enough in level, but his speed is good at 202, which is really, really good. He has to be the fastest man on the team so that he can make sure that this shield stays up all the time. 2-turn cooldown, but it lasts for 2 turns. The boss in question, if you hit him when you don't have a shield on, he attacks the whole team. And next thing you know, everyone gets wrecked. So yeah, he's a vital part of that team as a rare. So I don't know, kind of cool to spend tons of money to get a character ready, but he's just a rare. He's not a legendary, not an epic, rare. But he's a vital part of the machine. But yeah, that is, in a nutshell, my Raid Shadow Legends account. When you first log in, you get these daily login rewards, right? And they'll keep track of them to 270 days, basically 9 months, right? At the end of that 9 months, it used to be that, okay, well, you're done. You've gotten the best reward we can give you after 9 months. It was a champion. Then they came out with a new one that lasted another 3 months, I believe. Gave you a couple more champions. And then there was a blank spot with nothing. So we're talking 12 months plus a few months of nothing. And then they just started this one, a new daily login, and it's going to be the same cycle every 30 days. Well, yesterday, I got the only shard, the only sacred shard that I've got up there right now. I earned that yesterday by going through these, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30 days. And so I'm starting the new cycle. So here's the progression. So you can see how long I have been playing this game. And over that time, I've missed, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, I mean, legitimately, that's all I've missed. I log in every day. Those 3 or 4 days that I missed was when I was in the hospital with pneumonia. And even then, I made sure to have my wife bring out my iPad so that I could log in to make sure I got my daily rewards. I didn't want to miss any days. Yeah, I think I have a problem. Yeah, many of them. I'm a big fan of these double XP banners. You know, I accumulate them, I keep them, I try to keep them up all the time so that every time I do one of these runs to build up my, it's called food, these little dudes to get them up high enough in level. By having both my raid card and this double XP, it gets them up to level 10 a lot faster. Every star that you see on these guys, it takes 10 levels. But yeah, 2 runs, I already got these guys up to level 9. You know, this last run here, we'll put them at level 10. Then I can bring in the next set. And yeah, a good chunk of my day is spent just kind of running these guys through. And as you can tell, it doesn't take long. The downside is it takes energy. You know, I've got 8 energy cost here. I've been accumulating a bit because I've been taking care of a lot of other quests and things like that to build that number up. So now that these guys are 10, I'll edit my team out. Boom, 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 get them out. And bring in the next set of 3. And I can just have it set up to do a multi-battle. Sell all of the stuff because it's not really useful, except for the money. And off it goes. Runs it all it's on, and I don't know, 36, probably 45 seconds or so to run all 3, and then I'm done. Then I can bring in the next set. So, one of my multitasking joys is Raid Shadow Legends. And I know that, I don't know if you are aware of the, I don't know. I think Raid Shadow Legends is one of those like people, really, Raid Shadow Legends? Because they hear about it a lot. They came up with these commercials, and they were pretty popular for a while, but then they kept running them, and people were like, all right, yeah, we got it. Enough with the Raid Shadow Legends commercials. Which is too bad because I enjoy the game. It's too bad that some people aren't a fan of it because of the fact that a lot of people play it, a lot of people advertise it, and it gets old for some people. I understand, but it's just too bad. So now they've gotten those 2 guys up, you know, 3 sets of guys up to level 10. Now I can get these guys up to level 20. Takes a little bit more. Rather than just twice as much, it's a little bit more than twice. I have to do 8 runs rather than 3. And that'll get them up to level 20. And then I can do a progression so that, yeah, I'll show you that. But yeah, the whole process is, that's kind of cool. It's a grind. And one of the reasons I like, you know, World of Warcraft, I can see this progression from, you know, 1 hour to the next, 1 day to the next. You know, I can kind of look back and map where I was with, you know, dungeons, with a clan boss, with all of this, you know, based on the champions I've got, what level they are, all that. So it's kind of cool. I like that stuff. You know, some athletes will keep a journal. I know this is especially true of cross-country and track athletes. They're very focused on PR, their personal record. Always trying to progress, always trying to get better, faster, stronger, all of that. And, you know, they could tell you, many of them, what meet they were at when they set a certain record. They could tell you, all kinds of just juicy details about what was happening in their life when they set a certain PR, or when they won a certain meet, or when they beat the guy that was supposed to be the favorite. You know, track athletes are very, and cross country, they're knowledgeable about their sport. They're very focused on all of the stuff about their sport. Kind of like, you bring up the subject of shoes, and they've got opinions. They've got very strong opinions. Even at the high school level, these guys and girls are shoe nerds. They'll talk your ear off about, what kind of shoe, and depending on the running style, are you a heel striker, or are you I can't remember the name of the other one. They've got names for them, but yeah, do you run into the balls of your feet? Different shoes will determine how successful you'll be, and what kind of meet you're at. You don't want to be a heel striker if you're running in a 100-yard dash. You want to run on the balls of your feet, right? I'm guessing, but yeah. Same thing with Raid Shadow Legends. You sit down and talk with any of these guys, or watch the videos, and it'll make your head spin just with all of the different facets to the game, and how I don't know, how much work goes into understanding the game the way that they do. And I understand that this is their job. I mean, these guys are making tons and tons of money to know this game and to share that knowledge with people like me. And yeah, I'm grateful to them. And luckily, some of them have some really good personalities. It's enjoyable just to tune in and hear what they have to say and how they say it. Sorry. I'm one of the guys I mentioned earlier. His name is, he goes by Hell Hades. He's got an accent. He's from the UK. And just the way he pronounces some of the words is fun. Rather than three, he pronounces it as a free. And it's subtle, but, if you're paying attention to, diction and all of that like I do, you're like, oh, okay, yeah. I wonder if that's a regional thing, or if maybe he's just got a speech thing. I don't know. I'm not one to judge, certainly, but it's interesting. Other guys, Ash, he's a pretty, big guy. It looks like he lifts, right? I mean, he's thick with tons of tattoos. And he's, he's got the longish hair, and he wears back with a hat on, and, it's one of those guys you probably picked on you in high school, right? And he's passionate about Raid Shadow Legends, and it's fun to hear him talk, because he doesn't talk like I'm talking, he shouts, and it's it's like, wow, all right, dude, he's into it. But you pick up on that passion when you talk to someone about something that they enjoy. It's it's contagious. You wanna be a part of it yourself. And while I may not be as knowledgeable as these guys, sometimes I have to really think about the names of the champions, because I don't generally talk about these things out loud. I don't stream Raid Shadow Legends. But gave it a try tonight, and sure enough, I came across like Coldheart. I couldn't get her name until I saw her with her name up there. I'm like, oh, thank God, Coldheart, yeah. It's just because I don't talk out loud while I'm playing this game generally. So that's definitely the purview of those guys. It would be nice to see if more women were involved in gaming in general. Sure, there's a good, female audience, but in something like this, it'd be really neat to see a female that was like passionate about a game like this. Because right now, all I see are guys. you know, I'm not perving and hoping to see women, yum yum. It's more of a, just to see and hear how somebody else, perceives the game. Would be, just a different take on it would be nice. But, you know, yeah, so these 5 right here are the ones I pulled tonight. And they're no more powerful than this guy or girl. And so they're part of my food right now. I'm going to go through and look at, and just to make sure I have at least one of them in storage before I use them as food, because ultimately I'm going to keep feeding until I get up to my level 4s. I've got a good stable of level 4s, and then I'm going to combine all of these to get some level 5s. Once I have 5 level 5s, I can then use those 5 to feed one of these. All right, she needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now I've only got 3. So it's a grind, it's a process to level these guys up, to feed the powerful champions, to get them to 6 stars. And once you're at 6 stars, you're maxed out. Then you have to level from level 1 up to level 60. So you can see it is a grind to get these characters all the way up to the all-powerful level 60. And she's a badass, because you'll notice that the other version of her down here, where'd she go? There she is. These stars aren't filled in because I've also got to ascend her. That means using a whole nother facet of the game I haven't even talked about. I can also invest these books. She can only be improved by these books. Whereas if I want to improve any of these little dudes, I've got a plethora of those. I can use those to level them up. I can use those. I can also use some of my epic books if I had them. But this would just be a waste used on a rare. You only want to use rare books. And for someone like Kale, this is one of my starting champions. He was the one I started with. In my opinion, the best starter champion. I pulled enough of him that I could use other Kales, as the sacrificial lambs to feed him up to 60. Still used a few books for sure. Actually, I didn't use them as food. I used them as fodder to improve skills. When you have identical champions, they take the same place as a book. And for rares, it's easy to do because, even though they're called rares, they're not that rare. It gets a little bit more challenging when you start trying to upgrade the skills of your epics. This guy took 8 books to get him maxed up. Now, I could try to wait for 8 Vrasks, but he's the only one I've ever pulled. I don't have any duplicates of him. So I was relying on these epic books, these epic tomes. And it took a while. But like I said, I've been playing this game for long enough. I've accumulated a lot of books. Right now I'm working on Fane. She is going to be really powerful once she's booked. I've thrown in 6 books so far, and making my way. I want to get down to reduce the cooldown, and increase the debuff chance. These are all really important skills for her. I'm trying to use her now in Clan Boss, and she's just not getting it done. She needs to be booked. And it's going to be a while. I just put 2 more books into her today that I just happened to get as quest rewards. It's rare that I get 1, but I got 2 today. So, in fact, both books went into the flowing style. So she went from just the +5 damage to another +5 damage and a 10% chance for these debuffs to take effect. The decreased defense and the weaken. And Weaken's okay. Decreased defense, that's primo. You get her up against the clan boss. She can steal some turn meter. She does the poison and decrease attack. This is incredibly vital against the clan boss. Problem is, it only lasts 2 turns, and until she gets this book down, it takes 4 turns for her to reapply it. So even booked, it's still 3 turns on the last 2 turns with a 3-turn cooldown. So there's at least 1 turn where he will potentially be at full power. That's when you bring in another champion. And this is my current front man for my clan boss, Bulwark. He's got a very unique skill, this passive. When attacked, has a 30% chance of extending the duration of all debuffs on the attacker. So, you've got a bunch of other champions around him hitting this guy with poison, right? And then another champion hits him with the decrease attack. And then this is the guy that the boss is attacking. He gets hit, and he increases the duration of all of the debuffs, the poison, the power down, the defense down, whatever, gets increased. So grouping this guy up with Fane is a really good combination. And then you throw in Frozen Banshee. She's a rare, but man, she is the MVP right now for the way that my build is set up. All poison, and she also has this poison sensitivity, so that the boss takes more damage each round from the poison. Yeah. Oh, hey, thank you. Forgot. Got all caught up in what I was doing there. Let me get that up and out of the way. Oh, yeah. Throw me a yellow card, whatever. I'll drink to that, though. Spicy. So yeah, that's in a nutshell. That's my clan boss team. Do I have a key? I do have a key. Yeah, this is a long fight, though. I'm not going to make you sit through a clan boss fight. But I did get max reward. I needed 39 million damage, and with 3 keys, I got it up to 45. Well, it's a long fight, and I could talk about it a little bit, but after a while, yeah. But yeah, the keys, unfortunately, they take 6 hours to regenerate each key, and so you have to use them wisely, making sure that you're attacking the right boss. Hey, Heimstar. Good to see you, my man. Yeah. Gentleman Jack is a good whiskey. I'm definitely enjoying it. What are the chances of that name, of all of the names, to be taken? You would think that Heimstra would be like, what? That's bizarre. Well, Heimstra is almost as weird. I was just talking about you earlier. I was mentioning that I look forward to the weekends, but thank God I'm not in the restaurant industry like my son. I kind of figured it was a random name generator. That's probably how the other person got it too. Maybe the same one, or maybe they just all have the same database. Hey, Prince, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it, and you have a good rest of your weekend. And I'll see you on Monday. No, actually, I might even see you tomorrow night. I'm streaming Whiskey and Warcraft. Yeah, I'm just going to incorporate whiskey into everything I do now. Have a good one, dude. Nice. Well, it's good news. I know it's kind of nice to have, nice to have that unemployment and a chance to kind of catch your breath and be safe. But you know, we got to work. You are definitely a worker. You are one of those who's um, you're better off when you're busy. When you're just sitting around doing nothing, you kind of get antsy and weird. Yeah, I enjoy having downtime. Maybe that's something that just came with my age, but I yeah, yeah, the tip money for sure. I bet. Yeah. And they're going to put you back in as an expo, or are they going to let you be a waiter where the real money is? All right. That's good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. That's cool. Yeah. Especially if you get like the Sunday crowd, you start give them those complimentary mimosas. Not that I would ever do that. I guess I should take care of some of these quests. I've got a little bit of time. Did my dailies. Those are actually pretty quick and get those done in 15 minutes sometimes. It's the advanced ones that tend to take a while. Tequila. Oh my. So you get them all liquored up on tequila, huh? And then they fork over the big bucks. All right, just regular 5-old tag team fights. Not bad. Yeah, this is my least favorite part of the game, the tag team fights. My teams are just lame. Aw. All right. I can take this guy, I think. Yeah, I found that, the thing that served me the most as a waiter or as a busboy and later on a salesperson in many different ways, I smile. I smile a lot. And in many situations, that's not a good thing. But in the service industry, smiling is something that just about everyone appreciates. And when it comes time to tipping or writing a good review or whatever, they remember the one that was smiling. Yeah. And if I have enough whiskey, I will smile here. Actually, I do smile a lot on my streams. I enjoy this, doing all this. Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, I was thinking about that actually just today. Um, One of Aaron's friend's mom came by to deliver something, and it was good to see her. And I was smiling and talking to her, but I'm not sure if she could hear the smile in my voice because she couldn't see it on my face with the mask on. And so, yeah, you try a little bit harder. So, making the eyes smile a little bit just to make it more clear. Uh, yeah, I'm going to try hard. Mm-hmm. That's for sure. Yeah, one of my favorite things, I mean, it was a crap job with crap money, but working in movie theaters, you know, this people aren't used to someone being nice in the movie theater. They're not used to someone greeting you with a big smile and genuinely listening to you and doing the best they can to get your order just right. They don't get that normally from minimum wage employees. And so I capitalized on that. Really, I was just super nice all the time, and it became infectious. Next thing you know, coworkers, the ones that don't hate you because you're more popular than they are, they start to realize, oh, look what is working for him. Maybe I should try that too. Um, so it creates a better working environment. And yeah, so ultimately, I really look forward to going to work in movie theaters. Yeah, selling popcorn and soda and watching free movies anytime I wanted. And free popcorn. I mean, that's a win-win right there. Now, I love the job I have now, but if I had to, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's, you know, the bod you see now, well, you can't really see it now, but the bod I have now definitely is a result of years of doing movie theater work. And I would ride my bike to work. That was my exercise, right? And depending on where I lived, it was sometimes half a mile. Furthest I lived away was like 6 miles, and so I was in pretty good shape, even though I was eating popcorn and drinking Coke all day and sitting on my butt watching movies when I could. But yeah, my legs were in great shape. But yeah, I used to, living in Visalia, this is up in Central California, I would ride my bike from, oh my God, Demery was the name of the street we lived on. Demery, right near the 198, the freeway that ran through Visalia. I would ride my bike from there to the movie theater on Mooney Boulevard, at kind of the southern end of, well, what used to be the southern end of Visalia. And that was a hike, and I rode with traffic. So I made sure that I kept up as well as I could. I used the turn lanes that the cars used. And if I was in front, I made sure as soon as I turned green, I was booking it, man. I was, pushing those pedals hard because I wanted to get it, out of the way for the cars behind me. But I wanted to, obey the laws. Yeah, soccer player for sure. Yeah, I miss being able to do that. I was talking to your mom earlier about, you know, I miss that invincibility I had after recovery. Going with you and the team out there and just playing with abandon. Um, I just, yeah, that was a magical time. It didn't last very long. That recovery high kind of disappeared, but for a good 6 months there, I felt kind of invincible. It was amazing. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but there was a moment, and this was with, I think it was with, I think it was the first year under Jamie and Matt's team when they let me come in to assistant coach. And I don't even think I was assistant coaching. I think I was just out there playing with you guys because they let me play. But I was playing offense and the ball was bouncing towards me. And it was kind of like when you're playing kickball and you're like, I want baby bounces, right? I was getting the baby bounces and they were just coming right at me. And I knew I'm going to kill this ball. I'm going to hit this ball so goddamn hard, it's going to pop, right? I'm lined up. I'm ready to just kick the crap out of it. And you were running towards, chasing the ball toward me. And I'm approaching the ball. I'm all, get down, get down, get down. And I killed it. I mean, I kicked that ball so freaking hard. It didn't go anywhere near the goal. I think I ended up having to chase it out like 3 fields over, but it felt so good. Maybe it wasn't you, but I do remember that moment of if that player does not get out of the way, they're going to get killed right now. Yeah, I miss that. I miss being athletic like that. Oh no. Now your face got messed up somewhere else. I really don't know. Jeez. 2013. So you were 15 at the time. No, probably only 14. Over and over. Hmm. So how's everything else going? Hear back from UCSB yet? I haven't gotten anything for Valentine's Day yet. Mom is going shopping tomorrow in Ventura. Maybe we'll have her stop by. What's the place? You know, the wine place or the alcohol place next to Trader Joe's there. Spicetopia. No, there's a Venmo. Yeah, there's a Venmo right there. Oh, okay. Nice. So you're doing the alcohol shopping? Do I need to send you my list? Nice. Although I do have to tell you, I know it's been a couple of years now, but I still feel weird, that my son is going to buy me alcohol. I know you've been this age for plenty of time, but I'm still holding on to the fact that you're 14 and ah well. Oh, okay, all right. That's what you meant with the Spicetopia. Hmm. Well, a little bit less awkward than some of the other purchases that you've been making for us. Yeah. Uh, but when you told Mom that you were going to be home for Valentine's Day, she was so excited. That was really, really cool. Honestly, I don't know. That's a mom question. You know, I'm on this end of the spectrum right here. Um, so yeah, all good. I'm surprised you got that day off. Did you ask for it? It just kind of worked out that they didn't want you to work in the restaurant on one of the busiest restaurant days of the year. Yeah, yeah. I was mentioning in chat earlier that my my PvP team was just the 4-on-4, great. But the tag team, I just don't have enough good champions to compete. Um, yeah. Oh, okay. So you're gonna get the morning crowd. That's good. So a lot of brunch people. Very good. Very nice. Well, it'll be good to see you again. Faux show. I just need one more of these fights, and then I can be done with tag team. Yay! All right, I might be able to take him. Hmm. It's funny because I mentioned, I've been playing this game now for well over a year. I've been, you know, unlucky in many ways in not getting some of the champions that other people get. But oh man, I can't believe how good some of these guys are with their champion pool. mean, this one right over here on the end, Ray, she wrecks me. Look at that. One shot. Oh, but I got the big win there. Woohoo! This team, yeah, they don't have anyone. They got Lysandra. She's good. But I've got Lysandra as well. Brackus right here, my werewolf. He's pretty cool. But do we have enough to pull out the win? I don't know. Because I just have to win 2 out of 3 of these battles to get the overall win. Oh, yeah. That's right. My howlin' good time. Yeah, I haven't been putting out very many streams or videos lately. I need to get back on that. He's actually a legendary. Is he legendary? I think he is. Yeah. Which makes him incredibly expensive to gear up. But yeah, I like him. He does well. He's not geared well enough, obviously. So I got to win this round to take the overall win. Got to win 2 out of 3. But he's got Altan, that big tall dude right there, and Miscreated Monster. This could be tough. But yeah, the legendaries are so hard to get. It's frustrating, you know, when I'll save my shards, especially my legendary shards, my sacred shards rather, and you know, you've got 12. You're like, all right, I got 12 shards. Here we go. It's almost like 3 months worth of savings, and you go to pull them, and they're all, you know, lame. Or you know, you'll get 11 okays and 1 pretty good one. It's still disappointing, you know. That's a long time to wait for good champions. Now, other times I've gotten lucky. I was talking earlier about the fact that I've got 2 arbiters, you know, and I got them like 2 days apart. One from a drop and the other one from finishing a long quest line. Yeah, a lot like opening magic card packs. You don't know what you're going to get, and most of the time you're just pissed. Because you're getting the same, oh, I got 14 thralls again? Great. I don't need any more plague rats. But then you get, you know, what was that one? The Royal Assassin. That was the bomb card to get. That and the Nightmare were just primo cards to get. Purple Lotus. Yeah. I miss the days, and this kind of goes back to my World of Warcraft purity. I miss the days of first and second gen Magic the Gathering, when before this they added all of these different card packs and all of these different rule sets and all of these different metas. It just made the game so overwhelming, and if you weren't up to it, if you weren't on top of it all the way up to the present day, you're going to get your ass kicked without fail. There's no way that you can keep up. I like the fact that your mom and I got these 2 big boxes that were full of really good cards, and we could divvy them up into different color groups, have a blue and white deck, have a red and green deck, whatever. And you never know how the combination is going to work out, but you understood the mechanics. But now there are so many different things happening with different card packs. It's just like, I can't afford it. Way too expensive. Yeah, the original pay-to-play. Yeah, before it became a computer thing, it was, yeah, collectible card games. Well stated. But it's kind of how I feel about World of Warcraft now. You know, I enjoy vanilla, and so that's what I'm playing. World of Warcraft Classic. I'll be streaming that one tomorrow. It'll be a whiskey and World of Warcraft night. And it's simple. It's simple, but it's straightforward. You know, there aren't any mechanics that are a complete mystery to me. I understand how to play each of the classes. Maybe not incredibly well, but I know enough about the game as a whole and the individual classes and the gear that they need and all that to keep up. But you know, they got Shadowlands out now, and there are so many different elements to that. It's too much. And I think the pacing is different and it's a little overwhelming. Um, yeah, I like keep things simple. I don't think that's asking too much, right? Maybe it is. Ah, well. Yeah, typically you'll see a lot of people, pushing it like, oh man, this is it. Do you want to play this? And a lot of YouTube videos and things like that. I'm not seeing it. I am seeing it with the PvP aspect, and the fact that that became the major draw for World of Warcraft was the big turnoff for me. Um, it's just not my thing. You know, I remember when Warsong Gulch came out, that very first PvP uh, arena. Yeah, it was fun when we had our twinks, and that took so much work to put together. Oh my God, just to get the mats to have someone enchant our gear was so ungodly difficult. Um, yeah, I think I remember trying to get my enchanter up high enough uh, to actually learn the spell, and then going to go farm that spell, Crusader, in the was it Eastern Plague Lands, I think. Oh my God, it never happened. That spell was such a hard one to get. Ah, yep, yeah. And it never dropped. I ended up having to buy it on the auction house. Just awful. But it was the grind. That was the part of the game that I enjoyed, and um, yeah, it's. I don't regret that. I just remember feeling like, oh my God, this is never gonna end. Right? Yeah. Well, between Crusader on one dagger and the plus 15 agility on the other, I think that made a big difference for you. Maybe you didn't think so, but yeah, I think you went from pretty damn good to holy crap. Yeah. Oh, agility and lifesteal. Yeah, lifesteal is definitely a must. That's for sure. All right. Do I have the right guys up here? Do I need him if I've got him? Um, Poison, attack down. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, if you can catch a mage or a priest when they're meditating and go in there with your garrote or your ambush, oh, so quick. A one and done. And I know hunters are supposed to be pretty good in PvP, especially against rogues, but I don't know. I think I missed that gene. I, I was never able to convert my class into, being really good at PvP. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. As soon as you saw the other team had like a level 12 and 313, you're like, oh yeah, here we go. Let's milk this battle as long as we can. I want to build up my kill count, get all my honorable kills. Yeah. I miss those days. Yep. Uh, well, dude, you should log in. Classic WoW. I can get a couple of. I can get my character up to level 19. I've got a couple characters we can do that with. I think it'd be fun. Yeah, having been farmed, it's like you guys suck. I hate you guys. Uh, oh, that's right. The whole screenplay. That's going to be amazing and overwhelming at the same time. Because I know when I have to write a play, it's a different beast than when I want to write a play. Um, to know that I've got that looming over my head, I have to get this play written. It makes it 10 times harder than it needs to be. It's a creative process. But for a class, I get it. The sticky notes up on a wall. Oh, nice. Hero's Journey. Good. Are you going to do a like a storyboard for it? I know you're not much of a artist as far as drawing, but that can be a very very helpful tool because you can you know write out your A story, your B story, and your C story, and then break them up by scenes and which ones go together and all that, and have a visual of it. That's really really handy. All right. Yeah, I used to have a program. God, I think it was I think it was back when I was working on a TV show, Born Free, that one of the elements of it was a storyboard, and it just kind of had some basic images, but you could add text to give those images, some background, and you could rearrange them and all of that to create your storyboard. It was very very handy. Yeah. Oh, you know me. I love talking about writing scripts and stuff like that. Yeah. Character development, world development. You bet. One of my favorite things is dialogue, and I know most people really struggle with it. I think that's one of the things I do best, for sure. Is this the same one with the mob wives in the parking lot? Because there's a lot we can do with that. Oh, which one is this one? Have we already talked about the one you're going to write? Okay, gotcha. Yes, we have. Briefly. I don't think I have all of the details, but yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be really cool. Yeah, I think if you can intentionally make it different than Twin Peaks, um, you want that kind of atmosphere, but you don't want that "what the hell just happened" feel to it. I think, yeah, that would be very cool. Character driven, dialogue driven. It's going to really set the mood for the 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 genre. It's going to be fun. Good. Are you going to do black and white? Because sometimes that's 90% of it, setting that tone. Oh, all right. I get you. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what you've got so far and talking it out. All right. I guess as a playwright and the director of the plays I'm writing, I have to think of, big picture, what's it going to look like? How am I going to make it look on stage? What are my limitations? All that. Yeah, bring your notes. We'll take a look at it for sure. I'll try not to get sad when you don't use my ideas. Oh, good. My Nightbot has kicked in. That's very cool. And so are you shooting for a 90-minute feature film? 120? Because that extra 30 minutes, that's a hefty amount. Okay. Yeah, if you figure about a minute per page. Hey, Caruso, how's it going? Yeah, a page a minute's about the same for stage as well. So, yeah, that's good. Yeah, so Heimstra, this is Caruso. Caruso has, I think he's only missed one stream, and it was just last week, but only one stream in the last 3 months. I'm good. I'm good. Had to move my microphone closer because I'm losing my voice, but other than that, all good. Yeah, Caruso the goat. But I gotta throw the 420 in there as well. Homie slice. Yeah. Yeah, Caruso goes by many names, and I have to keep track of them all because he also joins us when we play Among Us on Mondays and Thursdays, and he's got a character name for in the game. And, I have to also remember his real name because he gets really upset if I don't remember his real name. Yeah, I wasn't going to stream today, but then I saw that I had some stuff to do on Raid Shadow Legends. And actually, no, I'll tell him, Caruso, because you told me once, and I want to prove to you that I remember. Caruso is the last name of one of the basketball players on, I believe it's either the Lakers or the, what is the other one? The LA, what is the other LA team? Not the Pacers. What is it? The LA. Anyway, I think he's on the Lakers, but he's you love Caruso. He's a bench player. He doesn't do anything. His name, Caruso the Goat, is ironic. Is he really? He's on the Lakers. All right. Wow. I didn't think you knew Lakers basketball. I'm impressed. He reminds you of screw off. Sorry. I don't have the plague, I promise. Or if I do, I'm hoping it'll go away soon so that I'll be cleared. It would be ironic if I actually had COVID-19 and really didn't realize it. But frankly, I think if I had it, I would be wrecked. Check this out. 26.2 million damage done on one key. Oh. What does that do for rewards? Oh, look at that. One keyed the Grandmaster chest. That's right. Right? Nah, my hand bodies are they're on vacation. They've been on vacation for about 6 years now. They're like, deuces, sucker, we are out of here. Oh, Lord. Alex Caruso, that's right. All right, I just got to use one more key sometime tomorrow before 4, and that will be done. Oh, look, I got some rewards. Man, all of that work today, and I'm not anywhere near the 5,500 to get the ultimate reward. Oof. How about over here on Classic Arena? Okay, making some headway here. But I gotta get 76 more. Not a problem. All right. So yeah, there are so many elements to this game, and I know that a lot of people aren't really into Raid Shadow Legends, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, I hate this game." But I really enjoy it. There's a lot to it that is just it's enough to keep my brain busy all the time, and I appreciate that. So maybe, maybe without Raid Shadow Legends, I would have Alzheimer's and I wouldn't remember my own son's name. Right, George? Frank? No, shit. Hold on. Dave? No. Sorry, Ian. And guess what? This is on both YouTube and on Twitch right now, simultaneously, for the world to see, all four people. And you and me and Caruso are three of them. So there's one person out there going, I've got the dirt now. I love it. Yeah. Uh, Bit by bit, my man. Bit by bit. All right. Well, I'm coming up on 2 hours here, and my voice is starting to betray me. And I'm gonna go finish off the last of my whiskey and hang out with your mom for a bit. My wife. Yeah, art for art's sake. And honestly, this is art for the fun of it. I've kind of, I don't want to say resigned myself, but I've kind of realized, okay, it's going to be a slow grow, and it may not be a slow grow. It might just be slow. It's okay. I'm having fun, and it's keeping me talking, where otherwise I would be sitting in my office here in absolute silence. No, I wouldn't. Actually, I'd have some Foo Fighters playing in the background, but I can't do that while I stream, unfortunately. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for coming by and saying hi. And sorry, Caruso, you didn't get very much time to hang out with me tonight, but I'll be on again on tomorrow night. I'm doing Whiskey and Warcraft. So if you're bored, come on over. I'll make fun of you. And yeah, I'm sure I will see you on Sunday. And that's going to be fun. All right, guys, have an excellent evening.